Those who give up some of their liberty in order to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
The First Amendment, we hear those words every day, like freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. But somewhere along the way, those words have gotten twisted, simplified, and in some cases, completely misunderstood. I'm Scott from Scott's Media, and today I want to talk about what the First Amendment actually means, how it's being misinterpreted, and why it still matters more than ever in America today. Let's start with the words themselves. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That one sentence defines 5 of our most sacred rights: religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. But here's where people get it wrong. These rights limit what the government can do, not what private companies, employers, or social media platforms can do. I see people online saying, my free speech was violated because my post got deleted. That's not a First Amendment violation. That's a private company setting its own rules. The First Amendment protects us from government censorship, not private moderation. That's an important difference that too many forget. Freedom of speech. It's the most famous and the most abused. Everybody wants to claim it, but not everyone understands it. You have the right to speak your mind without fear of government punishment, but that doesn't mean everyone else has to agree with you, listen to you, or give you a platform. Some people think free speech means I can say anything and no one can challenge me. That's not freedom, that's one-sidedness. True freedom is being able to speak and being willing to let others speak back, even when you don't like what they have to say. And let's be honest, we've seen how people weaponize free speech today. It's used as a shield for misinformation or to dodge responsibility for harmful lies. But the solution isn't to silence speech, it's to use more speech to counter falsehoods with truth. The freedom of religion is another one people constantly argue about, sometimes because they mix up separation of church and state with elimination of faith. The First Amendment says the government can't create an official religion and it can't stop you from practicing yours. That means no one can force you to pray and no one can stop you from praying. But look around today. We've got debates over prayer in schools, 10 Commandments displays, healthcare mandates, and more. And both sides often miss the point. This amendment wasn't meant to remove faith from public life. It was meant to keep government out of it. When politicians use religion as a weapon, or when people demand others hide their beliefs, that's not what the founders intended. Freedom of religion means the right to choose, not the right to control what someone else believes. Freedom of the press. Now, this one has changed more in the last decade than in the last 2 centuries. Most people think press means CNN, Fox, NBC, or the New York Times. But the First Amendment doesn't say anything about job titles, degrees, or news networks. You can be the press with nothing more than a camera and an internet connection. That's why First Amendment auditors have exploded in popularity. People like Smote Earth, Casey Camera Boy, and Freedom of Press. They walk into public places, city halls, police departments, post offices, and they record. They test whether public officials actually understand the very rights they swore to protect. Now, some of their videos spark controversy. Not everyone likes the way auditors confront authority, but here's what matters. They're proving that journalism isn't a club you join. It's a right you already have. You don't need a press badge to hold a camera. You don't need a paycheck from a network to seek the truth. The press belongs to the people. And yet, even that freedom gets misunderstood. I've seen officers or clerks try to order people to stop filming in a public lobby. That's not keeping order. That's censorship. The law is clear. You can record public officials performing public duties as long as you're not interfering. That's not disrespect. That's accountability. Freedom of the press means more than headlines and studios. It means anyone, you, me, or anyone with courage can shine a light where others would rather it stay dark. The right to assemble and petition, and 2 rights that give the people their voice when words aren't enough. Throughout history, protests have forced America to face itself, from the civil rights movement to marches for women's rights, workers' rights, and justice. But today, even peaceful protest gets twisted. People see a demonstration and assume chaos. They forget that peaceful assembly is not only legal, it's patriotic. You have the right to stand up, to hold a sign, to demand change. That doesn't mean you can riot, block traffic, or harm others. It means you can gather publicly to make your voice heard. And here's what's often forgotten. Petitioning the government doesn't have to mean standing in the street. It can be writing an email, signing an online petition, or showing up at a city meeting. Those actions matter. They remind the government who's really in charge, the people. In the 21st century, the First Amendment faces challenges the founders could never have imagined. Social media, artificial intelligence, and mass surveillance all raise new questions about what freedom really means. When algorithms decide what we see and when corporations control the flow of information, freedom of speech becomes more than a legal question. It becomes a moral one. Are we really as free as we think we are when our voices depend on someone else's platform? Are we protecting free speech, or are we letting technology quietly reshape it? The First Amendment isn't perfect, and it's not always easy, but it's still the best tool humanity has to protect truth, individuality, and accountability. It's a living promise, one that only survives if we defend it. Every voice matters. Every truth deserves to be heard. Thanks for watching. If you believe freedom still matters, hit subscribe, share this video, and help keep the conversation alive. I'm Scott from Scott's Media, reminding you that knowledge is power and truth is freedom.
When a king becomes a tyrant, he thereby breaks the contract binding his subjects to him.
How so?
By taking away their rights.
Rights that came from him in the first place?
All except one. The right to be free comes from nature.
And are we not free, Mr. Jefferson?
Homes entered without warrant, citizens arrested without charge, and in many places, free assembly itself denied.
No one approves of such things, but these are dangerous times.
Be careful, Mr. Dickinson. Those who give up some of their liberty in order to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
Thanks for watching Scott's Media, where truth meets creativity. Check out these videos to keep the story going. And yep, that's the official merch right on your screen and in the description below. Want to support the channel directly? My Cash App and Venmo are below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss what's next. Rock the message, support the mission. I'll catch you in the next one.